Wasiu Ayinde, aka KWAM1, a Yoruba Fuji musician. He has been on social media for good and for bad. But recently, a lot of bad things have been said about Wasiu Ayinde. I have said this countless times when we did comment and analysis and played some audio recordings. When you're on top, you always be the topic. But then you need to understand that those that are on top, oftentimes they make themselves become a bully. They try to oppress those that are working alongside them. They oppress everyone around them. Now, a drummer came out recently and he threw some accusation across Wasiu Ayinde. Now, there are two sides to it. Some said, did he pay you whilst you were drumming? He said, yes, but that money is not enough. It's more or less like the situation that many civil servants find themselves. You're working and you are earning peanuts. They call it minimum wage. But there are certain things that government often put into it called benefits, such as opportunity to own houses, mortgage, here and there. But not all of them. In the case of private businesses, such as a musical group, what are the benefits? You now have to wait upon the goodwill of the band leader to do the needful. Wasiu Ayinde said he has sacrificed so much. There are times he had to loan money, borrow. He had to get money to sustain his band. There are a lot of things that happened to him in the past. And he developed tough skin. He talked about those that ran away when they had the opportunity to travel abroad. He said these things affect visa issuance whenever they try to. He said because questions will be asked. I understand this. Now, the issue of passport being kept or taken off the band members when they get abroad is to stop them from escaping, according to him. We all understand this, that if you're not careful with your business, those that are around that business, that's your dream, that's your vision, they will crush it. They will destroy it because it's less of their business. It is not even their business. They are just part of it. You have to be strict at times. You have to be careful. But now, being strict and being wicked, there is a thin line between it. You're about to hear what you have never heard before because something has happened. Pay attention to this one from the beginning of it till the end.
Bàbá yóò gba benefits kankan tó bá salary ẹ̀ wá. Wasiu kan lò wọ́n ni. Tó bá yẹ pé Wasiu ń kọrin kò lálùyọ. A lè accept. But Wasiu ó lo àlùyọ lórí iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe. Kí ló dé tó ń fara ní èèyàn? Kí ló dé tó ń fara ní ọmọlàkejì ẹ̀? Kí ló dé tí alákàrà tí ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́nìkejì dín Wasiu dáńkú ìgò màtẹ́sì ìkà èṣù ọ̀dàrà. And I love and like. Tó bá flag show yìí. I might come back, I might not come back. So love and like. 32 years is not a child's play. It is not moi moi. And then feel both. Now, that is not my bone of contention. My bone of contention is àwọn olórí burúkú tó tẹ̀lé Wasiu lẹ́yìn tó ń kọrin fún. Àwọn olùgbé ẹ wá ń bọ́ta. What are you trying to come out to cover? What are you trying to come out to tell us? What narrative are you trying to put out there about Wasiu? I am saying it with my full chest. Wasiu is all shades of bad leader. Is all shades of bad attitude. His attitude stinks. His relationship with his workers, with humans, it stinks. Let's call a spade a spade. Coming for Wasiu this morning does not mean I hate him. Tó bá ṣe nǹkan tó dá lọ́la, I will celebrate him. You all know me for that. Ìgbà tó kọrin tó ń bá Tinubu wí ìjọ sí pé kó jọ, ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn, kí ni mo ṣe? I was the first person that posted it on my Facebook page. I celebrated him. I prayed for him. So coming out for him now does not mean I hate him. I just hate his attitude towards human being, towards his workers. Am I communicating? So coming out to say, I want to share one butter. Ó wá sọ pé Wasiu ṣe dáadáa fáwọn sórí gbogbo yín burú ni ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń share. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń sọ pé kàn gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ń sọ. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ta lè ṣiṣẹ́ ò bá gbé bí òun ṣe légbò. Ṣé gbogbo yín rántí pé àwọn people yìí wọ́n yìí wà lábẹ́ Wasiu. Wasiu yìí ń fún wọn lówó oúnjẹ. Bó jẹ́ tọ́rọ́ kọ́bọ̀ wọ́n yìí fi ń bọ́ ọmọ wọn. Ṣé expect káwọn náà bọ́ta kó support bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ni? Mo lè bẹ́ẹ̀ ti ayé mi. Bọ̀bọ́ tó bọ́ta sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, òun àtàwọn àwọn group Wasiu tọ́jọ́ ń kọrin yẹn, wọ́n jọ máa sọ pé àwọn máa bọ́ta sọ̀rọ̀ ni. At the last minute, ló máa padà máa jó lọ mò ń wẹ̀ yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ aráyé. Mo ṣe pé bàbá ìkọ́ nìkan ló decide pé òun máa wá sọ̀rọ̀ Wasiu. Òun àtàwọn kan nínú báǹdì yẹn ló máa ti jọ sọ. But ìgbà tó time gbogbo wọn sún mẹ́yìn. Ìyà ń jẹ wọ́n náà. Ẹ wo bí gbogbo wọn ṣe rí. Ó ní ibi tẹ́ ti máa mọ̀ ipò ọ̀gá da, ara ọmọọṣẹ́ lẹ ti máa mọ̀. Ẹ gbàgbé ọ̀gá ń sin ọ̀gá ti lówó. Ara ọmọọṣẹ́ lẹ ti máa mọ̀ pé ọ̀gá yìí dá sáwọn ọmọọṣẹ́. Ẹ wá lọ ń gbé àwọn ọmọọṣẹ́ Wasiu jáde. No, ṣé ẹ rò bí pọ́n máa bọ́ta wọn sọ pé Wasiu ò dá ni? Are we not? Ṣé ẹ máa ń ronú pẹ̀lú ìwò díwa ni? Ṣé ẹ retí káwọn ọmọ yẹn bọ́ta kan sọ pé Wasiu ò dá ibi tó ti yìí ń jẹun? Kò kọ́ ọbẹ̀ wọn. And ẹ má gbàgbé pé all these guys are under the influence of Ogun. Ṣé gbọ́ tí bàbá Bashorun Gaa, bàbá onílù yẹn, tó sọ pé àwọn lọ sún ẹ̀, ó gba aṣọ àwọn, ó ń lo aṣọ àwọn táwọn bá ti wọ̀kù, táwọn ti làágùn sí, ó ń lò. These guys are under the influence of diabolical things. Àbíkọ́ yẹn kò sí nǹkan táwọn boys lè ṣe, wọ́n ti di mùmú. Bí Wasiu ṣe wà yẹn, àràgbà tún ra mú ni, ó tún máa lọ tún ògùn ẹ̀, ó tún máa lọ tún renew ni, because ó ti rí pàṣírí tí ń tú. Gbogbo yín wá ń bọ́ta, ẹ ń sọ pé kọ́gbọ́n nǹkan táwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ń sọ. Àṣàǹtí kọ́lọ́run bá mi fọ̀run kẹ́. Àṣàǹtí sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Wasiu títí tó fi kú. Wọ́n sọ pé kidney ló pa, báwo la ṣe fẹ́ mọ̀? Àṣàǹtí tó wà ní Àṣàǹtí Ṣòlè London bí ló wà. Mo máa gbé interview yẹn síta fún yín. Àṣàǹtí Ṣòlè mọ Wasiu náà. Òun náà sọ ìlọ́tí pa Wasiu kó tó kú. And we are talking about 2-3 years ago. L'Àṣàǹtí Ṣòlè ti ṣe fídíò yẹn. Another man tó bá Wasiu ṣiṣẹ́, òun náà ti bọ́ta sọ̀rọ̀ náà tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú Wasiu mọ́. What are you people saying? Please, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe kódà. Àwọn làwọn change. Àwọn làwọn kí Nàìjíríà dá. But tá bá ń fi gbá burúkú, tá bá ń fi òótọ́ borọ́, àbí ká má lè sọ fún àwọn tó ṣẹ̀ pé wọ́n ṣẹ̀. Ẹ lè wojú àwọn politician kẹ́ sọ pé wọ́n dá. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ lè bo Wasiu. Tẹ́ bá ń bo Wasiu, báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ change? Wasiu is all shades of evil towards its band boys. Let's call a spade a spade. Tá bá wí a máa kú. Tá bá wí, ọmọ kan náà la máa lọ. Ẹ ṣe kú jẹ́ ká sọ ká kú. Now, Mama can't talk of you, Laroy. The more you people are coming for that guy, I have a lot of evidences. Èmi kò jẹ́ nìkan, tí bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ mo ti kú ńbẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad ìtòrò ó ti la ẹ̀mí lọ ni. Ni mo ṣe jókòó tì. Gbogbo àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ mi pé tí bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan mo ti kú ńbẹ̀. But the more you people are coming out to debunk nonsense, the more time butter. Láti wá sọ pé irọ́ ló ń pamọ́ Wasiu, ilẹ̀ ti kún with evidence. Wasiu ṣe dáadáa rárá, ilẹ̀ ti kún gan. But the more you people are coming out to tell people that wọ́n parọ́ mọ́ Wasiu ni, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? The more ni mo ní evidence, ó ti kún nú phone mi already. Mo kàn wò pé ẹ jẹ́ kí Wasiu máa lọ. Mo ti sọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ. But the more tí gbogbo yín wá bọ́tà báwọn ọmọ olórin, àwọn tó yẹ pé they are suffering and smiling. They are suffering and smiling. Ẹ wá ń bọ́tà ẹ sọ pé wọ́n parọ́ mọ́ ni Wasiu ṣe dáadáa sí yín ìgbà tí mo ń tẹ̀lé Wasiu ni mo kọ́lé mẹ́ta. Bàbá yẹn sọ náà, ẹ lọ wo bàbá yẹn náà. Ó ní gbogbo wọn nìyà ń jẹ. Ó ní yà ń jẹ gbogbo wọn back to back. Àbí kò yé yín, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń bọ́ta, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń fi rọ́ bòótọ́. Who does that? You people are suffering and smiling. Wọ́n fẹ́ gba èrò mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ ikú. Àbí kò yé yín, I'm going to be reading something for you this morning. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Màá kà kọ́kọ́ fún yín láàárọ̀ yìí. Ẹ bá mi dìímú. Mi ní ká jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Màá wá bọ́ sórí ọ̀rọ̀ ya Mohbad. Màá fílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Dìmọ́ tẹ́ bá ṣe ń bọ́ta. Tẹ́ bá ṣe wá ń sọ fún mi pé èèyàn dáadáa ni Wasiu. Ìyà tí Wasiu kọ sí wọ. Ó yàtọ̀ sí ìyà tí Wasiu kọ sí àwọn ọmọ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún. Adani níta má dání lé nírú àwọn Wasiu yẹn. Mo mọrú wọn dáadáa. Wọ́n máa ń da níta ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ń da nínú ilé. Àbí kò yé yín, ṣebí pásítọ̀ kan tí mo súnmọ́ ń jọ sí. Inú church ẹ̀ ni tẹ́ bá wá definition of poverty ní sẹ̀lẹ̀, inú church ẹ̀ ló wà. Gbogbo àwọn aráàlú òyìnbó ló máa ń ṣò, ó kàn fi ń ṣe kàríkàṣọ ni. Tẹ́ bá ṣe ń wọlé lọ́ti máa tọrọ owó lọ́wọ́ yín, tẹ́ bá ṣe ń wọlé, sùtánà wọn pọ́n bí ilé ilẹ̀ ni. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? But the same pastor yìí náà ló máa ní kán wá dáwó. Just because he wants to show the world. Ó ń wá followers, ó wá kọ́ máa sọ pé he's a good pastor, he's a good pastor. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Gbogbo àwọn workers ẹ̀, méjì mẹ́ta mẹ́rin márùn-ún, ní èmi yìí fún lówó kó fi gbalé. Ní èmi yìí fún lówó back to back lóṣooṣù nínú church yẹn ń gbà yẹn. Àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn, ebi ń pa wọ́n. Àwọn ará church ẹ̀, ebi ń pa wọ́n. Òun kẹ̀ ló máa ní kó wá dáwó, ló máa pèèyàn láti ìtàkọ́ wa kó. Meanwhile, àpapín lówó yẹn. I have seen a lot. So when you see people that are close to these people talking, please allow them to vex. Allow them to pour out their mind. Ẹ má shut one up so that ẹlòmíì ò ní jẹ́ victim. Ṣé láwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, àwọn ló máa ń da nílé. Ẹ wojọ́ tí pásọ̀ yẹn sọ pé òun lọ títì, òun rí ìyá tó ń gbálẹ̀ kan, ó lóun kó 500,000 fún. Ẹ lọ wo countenance àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn. They are hungry. They are hungry. I am telling you this for free. Eléyìí ò ṣe pé yàn ń bá yàn jẹ́. Àwọn people yìí, àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún wọn, ebi ń pa wọ́n. Ìmí ò rí school owó ọmọ sọ́nu wọn. Ẹ̀yin dẹ̀ lè máa bọ́ta lè máa ní Wasiu dá. Wasiu ń ṣe dáadáa ń ta lóòótọ́. But ṣó ṣe dáadáa sáwọn tó jẹ́ kó jẹ́ Wasiu. Àwọn tó gbé débi tó délé ní Wasiu ò lè dá débi tó dé. Igi kò ń dágbó ṣe. Èèyàn kò ń jẹ́ àwádé, ó máa sọ pé àwádé ni. Without these bad boys, there is nothing called Wasiu. Am I communicating? So why are we changing the narrative? Ẹ jẹ́ kí Wasiu bọ́ta kó wá sọ̀rọ̀ náà. Kí ló tẹ́ ló ń gbé àwọn ọmọọṣẹ́ kó wá máa sọ̀rọ̀? Àní mo béèrè pé olórin mélòó ni Wasiu fà lọ́wọ́ sókè láyé ẹ̀? Kò sí náà, little táwọn ọmọ yẹn tún manage, àwọn little supporter àwọn fans wọn tó lówó lọ́wọ́, Wasiu àtújàgbà. Ìjọ́ wo la fẹ́ ṣe léyìí dà? Ẹ jẹ́ kí sáré gbé yín débẹ̀. Mo ń bọ̀. Mo ń bọ̀. Mi fẹ́ ẹ má wò ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ báyìí. This is a family of Wasiu. Mi fẹ́ disclose family ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ni, but family ẹ̀ jẹ́ Wasiu gidi gan ni. Yeah? Wasiu's father had a few children. Ṣé ń gbọ́? Wasiu's father had a few children, mostly men and women. Yeah? When he started his music career in Lagos, Enuowa, and its environment, the brothers, that is Wasiu's brothers, blood brothers, the brothers supported him with all they had. They were always at his shows to support him, lamely Akim aka 909, Muka aka Tunde, Lekon aka Lokoso, and their cousins and friends, Laide Baby, Alatishe, Kanimodo, etc. Shengbo. He stopped identifying with them when they were broke. Ìgbà táwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n yìí tán broke, he stopped identifying with them. Ẹ lọ wo Wasiu dáadáa. Ẹ lè rí Wasiu kó bá tálákà ṣe. Ẹ lè rí Wasiu kó súnmọ́ ẹni tí ò ní. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa kà lọ. So when he became big, he dropped their last name, Anifowose. When Wasiu became big, he dropped their last name, which is their surname, Anifowose. Ẹ dẹ̀ notice pé Wasiu kò ń dárúkọ Anifowose yẹn mọ́ lóòótọ́. He ditched the family house at Odiolowo Street, Ijebu-Ode. He stopped relating with his brothers. He abandoned his brothers for the big boys. His brothers had financial difficulties and medical situations. Shengbo, and tó bá lè treat àwọn blood brothers Tony financial difficulties at the medical situation. His brothers had financial difficulties and medical situations, and Wasiu turned his face away from them. As I speak, his brothers are dead, one after the other. The last one of them died last month. Akim 909. Hello, confirm. Continue, sorry. Last brother Wasiu, he died last month. They call him Akim 909. Wasiu took Yetunde Anifowose, Lekon Lokoso's first daughter. He took her in to help him raise all his children by different women. Yetunde served Wasiu and his children. Yetunde ọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n ó mú ipò ń fẹ́ tọ́jú ẹ̀. Yetunde served Wasiu and his children. We all expected Wasiu to at least set Yetunde up after serving him and his children. Wasiu kò help ọmọ Yetunde yẹn. Ṣé ń gbọ́? Ẹni tí ó help ọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bó ṣe serve ẹ̀ tó, ẹ wá ní kó help ẹni tó ń kọrin fún. We all expected Wasiu to at least set Yetunde up after serving him and his children. Wasiu is very diabolical, stingy, self-centered, heartless, and arrogant. I will repeat that place. Wasiu is very diabolical, stingy, self-centered, heartless, and arrogant. As I speak, we don't know where Yetunde Anifowose's whereabouts is. We are not sure. Some said Wasiu sexually molested that girl. Please help us ask Wasiu, where is Yetunde Anifowose? I rest my case.
Welcome back. From the little that I can process or deduct from all that we have seen so far, looking at the person called Wasiu Ayinde, his personal life and his career, his craft, he has done excellently well in the entertainment specialty. That's what he is anyway. There's no message in Wasiu Ayinde's song per se. He's an entertainer, and he has been able to reinvent Fuji music and made it appealing to both the young and the old. He made it classy. We can as well call it classical, African classics. That is what it is called. Well, is Wasiu Ayinde a wicked person? Is Wasiu Ayinde a stingy person? Is Wasiu Ayinde a man that does not want anything around him to grow? He wants to be the center of attraction, the center of attention. He wants to be the only successful person. That, I want to believe, is what Wasiu Ayinde is. Wasiu Ayinde does not want any of his band members or anyone around him successful. He wants to make sure that they are subservient, they are under him. They remain broke, poor, struggling. That is how he wants it. Now, he talked about sharing formula. We have to be fair and balanced. He talked about sharing formula. He said when his band grew, he started with 60-40. then 50-50. Then it started with, now, he said presently it is 60-40. 40 to him, 60 to his band, because they are now, I think, maybe 20. That is what he said. Now, that sharing formula is not bad. He said, at least if we have a show, it is worth it. I have sacrificed. And the thing is this, you cannot be more successful or richer than the person that has the dream and vision. It's not possible. Let us break it down. If you have a vision to build a first-class hotel, you don't have the funds, but you have the idea. Just like how Ayinde had the idea. He didn't have the funds. So it started slowly. There are days you will go lobby this banker, you'll be disappointed, some will embarrass you and say, hey, get out. He did all of that. Just like how you want to come up with this project. Slowly, you built this 4-star hotel or 5-star hotel. You have cleaners, you have secretary, you have receptionists, you have accountants, you have everyone managing. That's your dream. Of course, you cannot make that dream come true without the help. Are we going to use the word help? Let's say without the efforts, not really help. Without the efforts, because if we say help, then they are not paid. Without the efforts of all of these people. The truth is this, those efforts, they are really let's say they are these are the energy put into it. But you have the dream, and dreams, you can have millions of it. To bring it into fruition, to make it exist, is the difficult part of it. So he had this dream of creating this band, classical, and he did. You cannot be successful than that person who is the conveyor of that dream. So it's not possible for band members to be financially successful than Wasiu Ayinde. It's not possible. Like I said there is a thin line between wickedness and being strict, protecting your interest. Now, some have said Wasiu Ayinde should have just, kind of stretched a hand of help to some of them. Like, you know what? It's time for you guys to save and have your own property and have your own house. This money, I'm not going to pay to you guys. I'm going to take a certain percentage from your money to pay for land in this particular place so you guys can have a house somewhere. Have a house where you guys live. This is what I'm going to do to help you guys. He could have come up with that, although they are all adults. They can choose for themselves. Now, about pension. There is no pension. There is no pension plan, and I will not blame them. It is the system and structure in Nigeria that brought about that. If you live in a country where things work, regardless of if you're a drummer, you are a musical artist, whatever you do, there is a pension plan because you will pay your national insurance. So, majority of the problems, Wasiu Ayinde knows, but this problem was not created by Wasiu Ayinde. It is the system in Nigeria that affected the drummer. Wasiu Ayinde already prepared his own pension plan. He secured it because he had the opportunity to make more than the drummers, which is normal. It is normal. So it is just Wasiu Ayinde's goodwill that will help those drummers, those band members, out of their present predicament. Now, let us leave that aside because that is not mandatory. It's not mandatory that he should help them. It is his personal, that's called personal opinion, thought, choice, and goodwill if he chooses to. After all, he pays them. And there is an agreement. I'm going to take this percentage. You are going to take that percentage. Now, this particular Kunle Ayanlowo, I think that's his surname, had been with Wasiu Ayinde for, I think, 30 years. 30 years of his life, subtracted from his age now. It means the guy, he came in as when he was like in his 30s. Let's say 30. And drummed and drummed and drummed. He drummed for 30 years. Maybe back then, the money was worth it. Then slowly, the money didn't add up anymore. If he wanted to change, if he had a dream, maybe. Now, about some diabolic practices that Wasiu Ayinde engaged in. This is something that you will find amongst this is the African thing. This is the Nigerian thing. It is not left for you to want to be part of it. This man said, I'm not going to be part of these diabolic practices. Why are you trying to tie us up? Why do you want us to drop clothes that we bought with our money? You want us to drop those clothes that we sweat upon. This points to what we are saying, that Ayinde does not want them to rise above him. All of their efforts, it wants them. In fact, there was a time they said they had to take oath. They have to swear. They had to take oath. There was a time they said bad members were dying off. So Ayinde said they were going for prayers. They ended up in a shrine. So it is clear that this is the direction of Ayinde. It's just called Alaji. Alaji is just the other religion. Ayinde is deep in the practices of his ancestors. Simple as ABC. And none of those bad members will say, no, we don't know about these things. They know about it. Even some of them practice the same. They do the same thing. They have their, shrines and deity that they pay homage to. Particularly those drummers, the ones that have the Ayon something, Ayon that. It's a generational thing. It runs through the family. My great grandfathers were drummers. This is what we do. So they know about it. It's not something new or strange. It's just now, it's a choice. Do you want to be part of this group or not? Well, Ayinde does not want any of his band members, like I said, to rise above him, which is impossible anyway. There's no way they want to rise above him. But there is something that I want to point to. It is about this Ayinde grabbing crumbs, whatever it is that he sees coming to his band members, anything good. For example, let's say they travel abroad and there is a woman who likes, for example, the one of Kunle, Ayanlowo. There is this lady in France that Kunle got in contact with when they were on their tour. This lady likes Kunle. Kunle started dating this lady. Ayinde looked and felt this lady will turn the life of Kunle in the right direction. Possibility of him having foreign citizenship or something. Ayinde grabbed that lady. Are we going to blame Ayinde only or the lady? The lady fell for Ayinde. Ayinde used some charm, juju spell to grab that lady. Well, we don't know. The thing is this, after the whole thing, and Ayinde did not fulfill what the woman wanted or expected or the promises, then the lady now told Ayokule, Ayonwole Kunle, look, this is what Wasiu did. I started sending evidence. That woman is a traitor. She's a traitor. She's a traitor. If things had gone fine, Ayokule would have been of no use. That's it. That woman is a traitor. That's a traitor. But Ayinde, they said he's fond of these things, trying to ridicule his band members to make them less in public. We've seen times that he has slapped bad members on their head, a grown-up man. Ayinde increased his age. According to what we heard, he increased his age. He added like 10 years or 5 years. This Ayinde is something else. That he increased his age. Why? Because the culture, the tradition among Yoruba, age is important. So increasing the age to him will equal to respect. He wants to be older than all of his band members. So he increased his age. By so doing, no one will disrespect him. And if you do, he will try to make you know that he's older than you. With the connection that Ayinde finally got, connecting to Tinubu, knowing this person, knowing that person, this and that, Ayinde will threaten some of them. Like, if you do this, I'm going to empty you. There was a time he had some issues in the UK. They said a young guy of 20-something gave him a slap for one reason or the other. The thing is Ayinde has been known to bully people. He has been known to grab, to take from people, particularly his band members. Anything good that is coming their way, Ayinde will channel it to his own direction. Anything is always watchful. Whatever it is, he will always redirect it to his own direction. That is what we've heard about him. The other day, he came out to speak about some of the issues that were raised. It was a monologue. We didn't hear the interviewer drill him on some pertinent, important. They just allowed him, to freestyle. So he kept praising himself. He kept talking about what he has done. It was about his own image, which I understand. He's trying to repair his own image, but he didn't do it properly because you cannot repair your image by yourself. You have to allow the right questions to be asked so people can see the clarity and how plain it is. The only thing I could deduct from it, from the monologue, is one, that he tried protecting the interest of his vision and dream, because many people who were part of his group band, all they're interested in is to escape when they go abroad. And it didn't sit well with him. I understood that part. But that aspect of percentage, payment, I always talked about it. He said, I will have to pay for the hotel that I'm going to be in. I'm going to pay for food. At the end of the day, I have nothing on my hands. Well, that's it. That is it. Unless you guys have agreement on accommodation. Unless you have agreement on that, accommodation. That is it. There is nothing you can do about that. This is one of those things. The solution to these things, which I think is a bit difficult for him, is for him to have gotten maybe like a mini bus with a good engine. That's what you use to transport yourself down to where, and wherever you are in any part of Nigeria. That is if you can transport yourself, because at times they have shows. I think they have shows only in the southwest of Nigeria, and never in any other place. The Southeast don't listen to his kind of music. North does not listen to his music. So it means that you need a transport that can move you around, and that same transport will be used to sleep in if you don't want to pay for hotel. So it's just like maybe you couldn't afford it. You just have a minivan, a minibus to sleep in rather than sleeping in hotel. Once you are done, you drive down to a safe place, sleep there. But it's not been easy. Now, he said he doesn't even have house. He has a house, but it's not yet, like the house is not ready yet. And Ayinde has been troubling him ever since he spoke. A lot of things. Now, there is a man called Ayanlowo. He is an Islamic cleric. He wanted to broker peace between both of them. Between Ayinde and Kunle. Yeah, he wanted to broker peace between both of them. But he said he has not gotten any response yet, that they were supposed to meet in Ayinde's house. Now, that's a problem. If you want to broker peace between two people, you cannot broker peace in the house of the accused. Accuser and the accused don't stay together. You don't broker peace like you bring them together in their own domain. No, you don't bring them in their element. You have to separate. Take them out, peel them out of the element. Maybe meet in one of their royal family fathers. Meet in the palace. That is how it's supposed to be. Both of them will gather there and they will talk about it. Ayokule wants settlement. He wants something like benefit. Even though he ran away from Ayinde, like he stayed in the UK for some time and things were not, things didn't go well. Of course, things didn't go well with him there because he needed documents and all of that. Ayinde had his passport. And did he run with the passport? He did run away with the passport, but he couldn't because he has been. Ayinde already reported that these people, that person escaped. We don't know their whereabouts and all of that. These things are normal. You don't expect Ayinde to now keep quiet when you escape from the band, and the next time he wants to get visa for you guys, they say, "Where is this other person?" Don't forget that they don't all go. It's Ayinde that will pick passports of everybody, go there to apply, face the interview and speak. He will win the visa for all of them. So that's what I think. If there's going to be settlement between both of them, it should be done in a neutral place. And it is now Wasiu Ayinde's choice. He's blessed. Let's use that. Let's just use that word, blessed. He's blessed. If he now wants to give, the thing is this, Wasiu Ayinde is not that kind of gentle person. Wasiu Ayinde is not going to forgive that guy. It might give that guy something, but you hear in the next 2 to 3 years, something happened to Kunle, Ayanlowo, and he will just buy. Kunle is aware of these things. That's why he screams and says, if anything happens to me, it is Wasiu Ayinde. Wasiu Ayinde will not stop. Wasiu Ayinde knows nothing else than diabolic practices. He will go to get juju. He will penetrate, he will see how to punish. You say you want it, you will not enjoy it. You see? So it's a serious issue. It's a serious issue here. I don't know what you guys think of this one. Drop a comment, like, and share. See you in the next update.